Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Police procedurals are among the most popular of today's crime fiction novels, so let's take a look at one today and turn the spotlight on Pete Brassett's Duplicity. The main action in Duplicity begins when Angus and Heather Buchanan have dinner with their friends Remo and Anita Carducci. The two couples have been friends for years, and Angus and Remo are also business partners. At one point, Angus goes out to his car to get a bottle of wine he's brought along for the meal. When he doesn't return, Heather calls the police. Detective Constable Dougal McCrae investigates, but he's only one person. So Detective Inspector James Monroe and Detective Sergeant Charlie West are asked to work with McCrae. There are plenty of cases where people disappear deliberately, and of course the police ask about this, but on the surface of it there doesn't seem to be any reason that Angus Buchanan would want to go missing. Then Buchanan's body is found in an abandoned rental car. Now the investigation changes to a murder investigation. One possibility is that Buchanan was murdered by his wife or one of the Carduccis. After all, they were the closest people in his life. And the police soon discover that there was more going on in this set of interactions than it seems on the surface. But there are other possibilities too, including some questionable business transactions. There are also connections with a small Norwegian town. It takes some time and the unpacking of a lot of lies, but in the end, Monroe, West, and McCrae find out the truth about Angus Buchanan's death. So, what are some of the elements that hold this story together? What do we see as threads through the novel? Well, this is a police procedural, as I mentioned, so we follow along as the detectives sort through the evidence and put the pieces of the puzzle together. The three coppers do work together effectively, so there's none of the backbiting, turf wars, and so on that are a part of many police procedurals. It's also worth noting that there's none of the sexism that sometimes appears in police procedurals as well. Charlie West is a valued member of the team, and she finds out her share of the truth. She's far from perfect, and the same might be said of Monroe and McCrae, but none of the protagonists is a stereotypical demon-haunted detective, and there's none of the misogyny that you sometimes see in police procedurals, especially ones that are a little less recent. The camaraderie among the detectives also features in the story. They do tease each other, and they don't always agree. But they work together, they look out for each other, and they respect each other. Their relationship also includes some wit, and that's another element in the novel. There's plenty of darkness in the novel, although most people wouldn't call it noir. But there are also some funny interactions and scenes. The novel takes place mostly in the small Scottish towns of Kirkmichael and Crosshill, and Brassett places the reader there. So the setting is also an important element in the story. We see what life in a contemporary Scottish small town is like, and the dialogue reflects the setting too. Some Scottish speech patterns and phrases are used, but that said, it's not at all difficult to understand the story, even if you're not comfortable or familiar with the way Scots English is. This is the fourth in the Monroe West series, and those who prefer to follow a series from the beginning will want to know this. And it does help to know the characters' backgrounds, but the story makes sense as a standalone as well for those who want to try this series beginning with this novel. It can easily be enjoyed on its own merit. Duplicity is a contemporary Scottish police procedural. It features a trio of protagonists trying to find out the truth about a bizarre disappearance and murder, and it takes place in a distinctive small town setting. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.